Hi, welcome back. I didn't have a video planned for this week, so you get this short video. We're covering HHN again. It is a few weeks away, so I'm going to tell you all the mazes that will be there. So let's start with the lower lot with our headlining attraction, Stranger Things 4. This will be in the soundstage behind Transformers The Ride and will probably be one of the busiest. I think this is going to be a very cool maze. I'm very excited to see all these awesome scenes from that season of the show. But that's not the only maze on the lower lot, because behind the Revenge of the Mummy ride is The Last of Us. Maybe one of my most anticipated mazes alongside Stranger Things. It looks so cool. The facade and presumably the maze will be taking place in Pittsburgh, where Joel and Ellie meet the brothers. I think this has a lot of iconic sections in the game that will be really cool to see in a maze. It will not be based off the show, instead being based off the Naughty Dog game, exclusive to PlayStation. Go play it now. You can buy it for $80, even though it came out like almost a decade ago. Across from Super Nintendo World and on the other side of Transformers, there will be two mazes. The Exorcist Believer, based off the new Exorcist movie, a sequel to the original made by Blumhouse Pictures. It'll be very interesting because the movie comes out in the middle of Halloween Horror Nights' run. But alongside The Exorcist, on that same route, is a original maze, and our only returning maze of this year, Holidays in Hell. This is a maze based on multiple different holidays and making twisted and corrupted versions of them, like Valentine's Day, Easter, and Christmas. I'm very excited to see this one. It has been there in previous years, but I'm excited to see it again. And that's all for the lower lot this year. There are 4 mazes, the most of any area in the park. But the upper lot has 2 mazes as well. In the Parisian Courtyard, there is Monstros, the monsters of Latin America. Very excited for this one. It's based off a lot of mythology and folklore from Latin America. But in the old Walking Dead attraction where the hotel was last year is Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead is my favorite horror movie franchise of all time, so I'm very excited to see it. Wish it was one of the original trilogy or verses, but Evil Dead Rise was pretty darn good, and I'm excited to see it. Of course, the busiest area in all of the parks during Halloween Horror Nights is the parking lot mazes. But this year in the Halloween spot will be Chucky, Ultimate Kill Count. I'm sure this one's going to be pretty fun. Chucky's an iconic slasher just like Halloween. Though I'm not as familiar with the Child Play franchise, I've seen the first movie, but apparently it's going to be based off the sci-fi show. But across from that, of course, is our Universal Monsters maze, Unmasked. It's based in Paris this time, and you'll be exploring the catacombs, fighting, well, you're not fighting, but seeing all these iconic horror monsters that are from Paris. The Invisible Man, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the Phantom of the Opera. Those are our mazes of the year, but of course, those are not the only things that will be available. They haven't really announced all the scare zones yet, but I mean, the opening one's probably going to be pretty cool. Last year they had Clown Saws, don't know what it will be this year. But behind Monstros will be more Latin American monsters. Sort of like the La Llorona one last year, the maze will lead into a scare zone, which I think is just so cool. It's such a cool idea. But the thing that makes Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood so special is the Terror Tram. And this year, it is Exterminators. Exterminators was a scare zone in one of the past Halloween Horror Nights, but now it's going to be a full-fledged Terror Tram. And I'm excited. It's about a bunch of mutant bugs coming to life and trying to exterminate humans. Now you may be asking yourself, what rides will be open? Well, not Mario Kart. Yes, it appears on the website Super Nintendo World will not be open during this. I wish it was. I wish they did something Luigi's Mansion, like everybody's wanted, but they didn't. It's fine though, because we still have Transformers, Jurassic World, The Mummy, Simpsons, and both the Harry Potter rides, Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. So, I think it balances itself out. Most likely, Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, and Secret Life of Pets will not be part of it, because they mostly get taken up by the queue for, well, this year, Evil Dead and Monstros. So that will be very interesting to see. They usually use a Despicable Me line for the Monstros Parisian Courtyard spot. But that's pretty much all the information I have for you this time. You will be able to enter the park early if you have a pass or you have a day-night ticket. So if you do that, you can go down to the lower lot 30 minutes early and get on some of those mazes. I suggest going to the Stranger Things 4 maze because that one will be long. But other than that, I will be back next week with another horror-themed video. Though it won't be Halloween Horror Nights. And it will be a return to a game I've talked about before. Anyways, I'll see you back. I'll see you then. For now, goodbye.